Ever notice how your mind lights up the most inconvenient questions right when the world goes quiet? Why can you remember every embarrassing moment from your teenage years, but not where you left your keys? Tonight, I'll reveal the simple but radical mindset trick that changes everything. Keep thinking. If you've ever wrestled with midnight doubts or felt out of step with all that certainty in the day, this is for you. If you're excited to learn powerful ways to challenge your mind and grow, subscribe to the Growth Mindset Project and hit the bell so you never miss an episode. At night, my home feels like a stage set for questions, a space where uncertainty comes out to play. During the day, everything makes sense. Practical tasks, emails, errands, life moving at the speed of a click. Daylight is for answers. But after dark, I find myself in a different mode. A world where logic bows out and the only script is the internal dialogue of questions that don't want to be solved. Walking at night, beneath shuttered shops, and in front of glowing apartment windows, you realize questions don't require permission. They just appear, uninvited and insistent. And in those hours, the usual social rules fall away. Out there, it's okay to be unsettled, to let your mind wander. There's relief in merely existing with uncertainty. No one expects a performance. The sidewalks don't care if I'm replaying a mistake from 15 years ago. But the world, it seems, is allergic to uncertainty. Every billboard, every headline flashes a verdict, a confident answer. Culture tells us, don't just keep thinking, pick an answer and move on. Speed matters. The more certain you appear, the better. No one admits to not knowing, and we value hot takes over quiet wonder. When did it become taboo to admit that you're unsure, especially about what matters most? So we scroll, we skim, we echo opinions, we rehearse certainty. But under the noise in those late-night moments, the questions come back, the ones Google can't answer, and the drop-down menus can only caricature. Why do I feel this way? Why can't I forget that humiliation from years ago? No hack or headline can fix that. The real trick isn't to banish these questions, but here's the mindset that changes everything. To keep thinking. If you're connecting with this idea, if you've had those nights staring at the ceiling with your unsolvable questions, hit like and drop a comment sharing the question that keeps returning to you. Let's normalize curiosity. We live in an age of packaged certainty. Every answer arrives ready-made, wrapped in bold claims and three-point lists. Don't know what to say? Borrow someone else's take. Not sure how to feel? There's a shareable infographic for that. We armor ourselves with fast answers, but in doing so, we trade depth for speed, nuance for performance. Even grief is optimized for distribution. 5 steps, 12 affirmations, 1 graphic to post. But life and the mind are messier than that. The real discomfort comes not from sitting with questions, but from our cultural panic at not knowing. We nod along, offer placeholder answers, anything to avoid the raw space of maybe. But what if we actively practiced uncertainty? What if instead of faking confidence, we let our questions breathe? Keep thinking. Don't rush for the exit. Wander in the maze of the mind. There's wisdom, deep, personalized, messy wisdom, in being willing to keep thinking, resisting the urge to wrap everything up with a bow. When I find myself circling the same thought again and again, why did that conversation go badly? Why am I still stuck on something from the past? I'm reminded that the true taboo isn't ignorance. It's honesty about ignorance. To keep thinking is to admit, I don't know yet, but I'm here to find out. And sometimes the only cure for circling thoughts is simply to let them circle. Even technology echoes the urge for answers. Open a chat, type your fears, and you're met with instant advice. But the best responses aren't the ones that end the conversation. They're the ones that hand you the question back, leaving the thread loose, inviting you to keep thinking a bit longer. Closure is overrated. Growth comes from lingering at the door of uncertainty. It's in the willingness to keep thinking instead of performing certainty that we truly grow. Sometimes the best company is a question you aren't embarrassed to have, sitting quietly beside you like a friend too polite to interrupt. Allow yourself to keep thinking, even if everyone else is hurrying toward the next definitive answer. Quick break. If you're digging this, remember to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to join us as we dive deeper into the art of questioning and self-growth every week. The oddest thing about questions is they never really go away. They hover in the apartment at midnight, disguised as insomnia. In the morning, they slip into your routine, appearing in a sentence you wish you'd said better, a regret you wish you'd outgrown. Daylight makes them quieter, but never truly erases them. I step out into the sun. The city seems built for certainty. People stride with purpose, phone in hand. Orders barked for espresso. Extra hot, no lid, please. Everything is declaration, movement, business. Even the pigeons march as if sent by a committee. And there I am, hands in pockets, with last night's questions riding along. Not solved, just gentler, domesticated by day. There's an odd freedom in knowing you don't have to have closure. You can keep thinking. The questions aren't flaws. They're the very pulse of a growing mind. Maybe you don't outgrow your old regrets or your midnight obsessions. Maybe you carry them, learning to live with them as familiar companions. The world may want tidy answers, but real growth lies in letting uncertainty stick around a little longer. We live among the decisive, always performing clarity. But those small, persistent questions, why did this happen? Where am I going? Keep us true, keep us honest. They never got me to sleep, but they always kept me awake. And awake is exactly where growth begins. So next time a question taps at your window, don't shoo it away. Keep thinking. Thanks for being here. If this got you thinking, check out our other videos right here. And remember to hit the bell so you never miss your next moment of growth.